Welcome to NAB 2026. I'm James with Ikan, and I have here with me Lisa Kislich-Lemyre, CEO of DataVisual Canada. How are you, Lisa?
I'm doing awesome. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Lisa, tell the audience a little bit about yourself as well as your wonderful organization.
Well, I'm CEO of DataVisual. Started the company 31 years ago with my mom and dad we started as a rep firm, and then we evolved into distribution. And now we're one of the major players in distribution in Canada.
You guys have offices across Canada. Where is headquarters and where are all your satellite offices?
Yeah, so we have our headquarters is in Ottawa, and we have a secondary office in Calgary. But then we have a team coast to coast. So we have people from Vancouver to Halifax.
Your focus, you carry many different brands and represent them across Canada.
Yeah.
What's the overall theme that unites these brands?
They're all high end professional audiovisual brands is the focus of what we sell. Brands that need where you need someone to hold your hand through it, and we're there to help you as far as, because the vendor can't have people everywhere. Canada's a big country, so we have a team across Canada to be able to go out and support the customers in their needs. And how else can you get the product and the knowledge to the customer without having a team in place locally?
Mm-hmm.
A webinar just isn't the same as a human, right?
Absolutely
and
agree.
we're all about relationship at DataVisual. Like that is really how we got to where we are. It's through our strong relationships with our partners and end users.
Mm-hmm. 31 years. Congratulations
Thank
on 3+ decades of success.
Crazy.
Before I even met you, and I believe I met you in person at LDI 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
When Ikan was looking for strong representation in Canada, I asked a good friend, Patrick at Netgear AV.
Yeah.
And Patrick is like, we love DataVisual.
Yeah.
You need to talk to them. They're rock stars. And he has been spot on with
Awesome.
that recommendation. Tell the audience, what do you think makes DataVisual that for your vendor partners? The fact that people like Patrick call you guys rock stars.
Well, we're not your standard distributor. We are a little different because we started as a rep firm. So we're really used to being that presence for that brand in Canada. So we added distribution really so that the brands could do better in Canada, because we found that as just a rep firm, that was limiting the ability for the brands to be successful. So when we added just because of importing into Canada is it's not easy. I mean, it's easier now, but still, there's a big value add for the customers to just be able to just work with one person and one vendor and order all the things they need, as opposed to work with many vendors all over the world, right? So it just made it an easier path to purchasing. But I think on the vendor side, what I think our biggest value add is that we are very transparent. We work super close with the vendors, so they know what's going on. They can make their plannings for production, and we can make sure that we have good success with projects, because without the communication and without the support, projects can go sideways. And at least if it does go sideways and you're working closely together, you can clean it up pretty quickly. And, when things go wrong, you think it's the worst thing, but sometimes that could be the thing that builds the relationship even more, because once a customer knows, because things always go wrong. We're humans, we make mistakes, but it's all about how you take care of those mistakes. And when they end up with everything working out and coming together, you've got a customer for life.
So well said. And I absolutely agree with that, Lisa. It's when things are tough that true character presents itself.
Yeah.
And you find out very quickly who says what they will do.
Yeah.
Who keeps their word, mm-hmm. and who won't.
Yeah.
So I absolutely attest to that. One other thing I will, add to everything you've said about DataVisual also is that you guys have a team of experts that really know the products.
Yeah.
Claude comes to mind.
Yeah.
He interfaces with our counterpart, Dan Napier, who is our sales rep for you guys, or our support for you guys. That is also a unique aspect of DataVisual, I think, to have somebody who is so versed in lighting. He is a lighting designer, from my understanding, right?
Yeah,
Which is
absolutely.
a rare thing to find from a distributor. It's rare to find even in an integrator, let alone a distributor. Tell the audience what does Claude do for you guys in terms of augmenting kind of just everything you do for your vendors as well as your channel partners.
Well, like we have Claude and we have Dwayne Old, and so the two of them, they basically help we're an extension of the design team for our dealers and our customers. We don't do design for our customers, but we support them in their design. So that's really our goal, because if they don't have the right support in creating that project, once again, the outcome isn't going to be ideal. So in order for our brands to have great, I mean, you want those projects to be award-winning projects, and that's only going to happen with all the right supports in place, and we need that in-house in order to be able to support our customers appropriately.
That is a true commitment and affirmation of what you said. You're a value-add distributor, right?
Absolutely.
And everybody can say that, but when you actually hire the people that can do that, that's where rubber meets the road. That's a reflection, right? Absolutely. Ikan is traditionally a broadcast brand. However, over the past several years, we are one of the manufacturing brands that saw into the future, saw the convergence of traditional broadcast, which leaned on SDI baseband and XLR and all those things. And we saw the convergence into IP workflows, IP technologies. We certainly have been just huge advocates. We've developed a suite of power over Ethernet lighting, IP-based through and through. Developed NDI teleprompters and monitors, IP-based through and through. We've been huge proponents of IP workflows, and we've also foresaw, before many other people, the advent of corporations and institutions wanting to bring video in-house and wanting to create these open-ended podcast formats.
Right.
And that convergence allows us, I think, for us to naturally work together. From your perspective, with all of your AV customers, are you seeing that same trend, the greater adoption of video in-house?
Absolutely. And I mean, whether it's our pure AV customers or it's the education customers, video is a part of our life now. I mean, there's not almost what event do you go to, or what are you doing in your world where there isn't a camera running at some point? Everyone's on video, but now people want the video. They expect the video to be elevated, especially if it is corporate now, because you see all this consumer production that looks great.
I know,
right? So then, how come then the business production has to keep up? And that's where some of the new solutions that are just so ease of use. It really comes down to experience, right? The people want to be able to just press a button and go. And the easier you can make it, and that's what I'm seeing, is that the solutions are becoming more and more. There's more and more solutions for that one press button, ready to go. And that's why it's able to be more adopted into all of these other AV spaces. Even think Teams rooms and Zoom rooms and how many webinars are people just running off their laptop? How much nicer it would be to have how much more confident, for one, how much can you use all that content from the webinar if it's done with a better camera, better setup? Those things are just priceless. And so I think that's where the investment people are starting to realize that investing in the better setup is going to give them much more content for all of their marketing and for their education and training.
Perfectly said, Lisa. Upgrading your camera, your lighting, your audio, those are huge components, right?
Huge.
And then when you can then layer on top having multiple cameras, like we're doing right now, a multi-camera setup with a video switching kind of platform, it really ups the level, right? Really
huge.
I've had conversations with other executives during my time here, as well as before NAB. One theme that seems consistent is that, as executives, we have to make decisions on investing, marketing spend across various different things. I mean, coming to NAB, setting up this booth is no small investment. In addition to all the digital marketing, like CPCs and all those things.
Right.
banner ads, a lot of sponsorships, a lot of traveling to visit reseller partners, although that's probably more on the sales end, but still there's a marketing component to that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways that people can spend their marketing spend. One consistent theme I've heard from a lot of executives is that like the internal rate of return, the IRR of earned media through having a platform and having a dialed-in audience that will come back again and again.
Yeah.
That seems to be of a higher value and higher return than some of the more traditional ways of marketing.
Well, I mean, you just look at kids today or like how things have changed. Once upon a time, we would get the NAB book and look through it and see what was in it to see, that looks new. Let's go check it out. Now we're watching the highlight reels on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And that's where if someone's saying, hey, look at this, it's cool. It's those video segments that's where our attention span is this big now.
Yes.
No one's reading through 6 lines of text. They're gonna read hey, this is cool. You're gonna watch the quick video, and then you're gonna do a deeper dive if it clicks with you.
Yeah.
And so having a great video content to grab people and get their attention for whatever is new and important, it's key.
So truly,
it's essential, really, right now.
Absolutely, it's the difference between are you connecting with your audience or you're not, and that opportunity loss of not doing it and your competitor doing it.
Yeah.
Is a competitive disadvantage that you don't want to be on the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah. So well said. And even like as we're doing this long form, and it'll probably be about 15-20 minutes. The consumption is we're going to have a long form version edited and cut with, translated and subtitle, but we'll also cut these into smaller short forms.
Exactly.
1 minute sound
all
bites.
those little bites those are the pieces that pay for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because the attention span, like 30 seconds, even if you go to a club now, they don't play the whole song, right? They play this little bit and it's like, okay, now flip. And that's just the attention span of today from social media. I mean, it's all of us, everybody flipping through their social media. It's really reduced our attention span. So if you want to catch someone, you have to catch them 30, 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm. So well said. Lisa, both you and I have a pulse on where how people want to consume content, how corporations want to gear. How does that inform your strategy for DataVisual?
I think it's really for us, it's where is the customer, where is the customer headed, and how can we better support the customer in what their needs are? And a lot of times when you're talking with customers, it's just at the beginning of a cycle where they're looking at options, and just being able to give them new options to help them because we don't really sell things. What we do is we help people figure out what their needs are and find solutions. So really, we're a solution provider more than a sales company, because if I don't have what you need, I don't want to sell it to you. Really. So that's more of all these little pieces we have to allow them to get more out of their investments.
Mm-hmm. Well said. I mean, people know what they want when they see it.
Right.
If presented with a blank slate, they may not know what they want. Right. And one survey I read recently said that, most companies want to pursue some sort of in-house video, but over a third of them just don't know where to start. It's a blank slate to them. They have no idea how to even start this. Right.
And it's also, they might think they know what they want, but then they get it, and then the experience is what they thought. Right. And that's where we have a heavy demo pool, because you want people to try things out.
That's
if you get the demos and you do a setup, it doesn't have to be the full setup, but just get them the feel of what they're doing. Then they can actually make better decisions on what their needs truly are. Maybe they think they need some crazy kind of LED backdrop. Maybe they don't. Maybe there's an AI version that's going to do a good enough job for what they need. So it's really figuring out where should they invest to get the best experience for their needs.
I absolutely agree. Lisa, one last question, and I really appreciate your time with me today. And so the question is, every year NAB and to a greater extent ISC and Infocom, they all feel very similar to prior years, but yet they all feel different.
Yeah.
What seems similar to you this year between, ISC and NAB now versus last year?
Similar? Well, I think this year the focus so much focus on AI and so much focus on the cloud. I would say that's what I've really seen. Many vendors, there's a lot of focus going there because of the new workflows. Like workflows are changing, and I think that's part of it. As far as the actual attendance, I think that it's been a hard year for our world. There's a lot of uncertainty, so people are being a little more careful. So maybe not as many people are coming out and traveling. So these kind of conversations allow people to come and see what's going on when they can't be here.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Like at InfoComm last year, we did some live view. We did the presentations, and I think being able to bring the show to our clients and the highlights from the show is becoming more and more important. So the better we can do that, and the better we can serve the community. And this is a great way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. I'm glad you did come. I'm glad you joined me here.
Thank you for making it easy. I don't love being on camera, and this is it was very lovely. Thank you so much.
You've done great. I again really appreciate your time.
Yeah. But the setup makes a difference, right? When it's set up and you're comfortable, you can it feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.